Hello, Year 9. Miss Hadley again here, speaking on behalf of obviously myself and Miss Baker. And this video will be going through with you the GCSE option choice of citizenship, also with the board AQA. And like with the RE GCSE option video, we are going to start with the all-important question, why choose to study GCSE citizenship? Now, whether you realise it or not, you are a citizen, you are you are a member of a community and country, and as such, you are entitled to certain rights and have certain responsibilities that you need to serve towards those around you. So, Year 9, I present you with 4 seemingly unrelated pictures. So, what does a picture of the attempted coup of the American Capitol, Boris Johnson addressing the UK about coronavirus, a climate protest led by Greta Thunberg, and a sinking boat containing refugees have in common? Each of the events appears separate from one another, when in fact they are actually all unified and all connected through the idea and the concept of citizenship. So to be a citizen, as I said, is to be a member of a country. That means wherever you are a citizen of will greatly impact your experience of life, politics, your rights, and even your beliefs. Each of these events on the board demonstrates how we are living through an historical era. We are in the midst, scholars, of unprecedented times of change and uncertainty. Whenever in the past you have studied environment law, human rights, child soldiers, politics in your PSHE and citizenship lessons, you have studied what we will cover, be it in more depth, in citizenship GCSE. So this GCSE is all about examining real life events, the real laws, the real systems that we have in place, and critiquing them as well. We are humans and we all have free will to think and explore things and not just blindly accept what we see around us. Now, the citizenship GCSE actually intimately links to British values, which you can see on the screen in front of you. And British values include democracy, so the ability that we have in this country to select our leader, our Prime Minister, and vote for them. The rule of law, so having laws that are enforced throughout our society. Individual liberty, having freedoms that we can choose to do ourselves, obviously within the realm of accepting the rule of law of the country as well, and the British value of mutual respect and tolerance. We are now a multicultural society where a myriad of different beliefs and cultures are living side by side together, and it's important to be knowledgeable and understanding of those as well. Now, the citizenship, I am definitely going to stumble on that word later, it's a difficult one to say, is divided into 4 different components. And we can actually link all 4 of these components in the citizenship GCSE to the British values of society that you see in front of you. Now, in regards to democracy, there is an entire unit on politics and participation. This studies everything from how the voting system in this country works to how MPs get power, what they do in Parliament, but it goes into so much more depth than that. It shows us how the government collects taxes, where that money goes, what we spend our budget on, and whether we should be spending our budget on that and where else it could go to. The rule of law directly relates to the second unit in the citizenship GCSE, and that is rights and responsibilities. Now, this includes primarily human rights, what they are, what they do for people, and whether they are needed, the benefits and sometimes the negatives of them as well. Individual liberty. Now, this is a really interesting part of the course, and I will talk to you a little more about this later in the video. But you have a unit in the citizenship GCSE called active citizenship. I won't give too much away just yet, but this is actually a project you undertake either on your own or in a small group where you do something in society to cause a change. And I'll be talking about some options later. Mutual respect and tolerance as a British value links directly to the unit about life in modern Britain. So looking at how the culture of Britain has changed in the last 100 years or so, what our national identity is, what it means to be British, and what it means to be living in the modern British era. So on the screen then, what I've done is outlined very briefly, obviously it goes into more depth than that, what each of the units in the Citizenship GCSE contain, ranging from politics and participation to rights and responsibilities, life in modern Britain, all the way down to active citizenship. Now, I've gone through with you already kind of the primary, the main highlights, the content of these units. But if you'd like to pause the video and read this more in-depth layout, you are more than welcome to do so. What I did want to talk to you about was the last one there, which is active citizenship. So you can see on the side it says students work in groups and research a topic of their choosing. They then prepare a campaign on this issue and evaluate their impact. Now, no other GCSE offers you the opportunity to do this, and that is to make a real difference, a real impact in the society around you. I have known schools that have chosen a topic, for example, of domestic violence. They've written to their MP, the Member of Parliament that represents their area. They've actively got them in school for a question and answer session, whereby they implored them and they asked them to provide evidence of what the government is doing to look after those who are victims of domestic abuse and what changes it will make in their policy in the future. You have the power here to use your voice to do some real good, and it contributes towards your GCSE, which is absolutely fantastic. So why citizenship then? So first of all, you do develop a deeper knowledge of democracy, of government and law, and knowledge of your own rights as individuals or communities, because everything we study has global relevance, okay? And this makes it empowering because you will be informed about your rights and how society around you works. And it's a chance, for your voice to be heard. It also provides the ability to plan practical citizenship actions to benefit society, like that last project I told you about, and also to develop your skills to create sustained and reasoned arguments, okay, presenting various viewpoints other than just your own, which will, in turn, enhance your communication and writing and speaking skills and styles. So like other GCSE scholars, this is still an academic subject. The entire GCSE is weighted on exams. Even the active citizenship unit requires you to justify why you chose that specific project, what inspired you to do so, what research you undertook, what the results of it were. So yes, the rewards of this GCSE are endless, but you will also need to put the work in as well, as it's knowledge-based and requires you to learn about all of these systems as well as analysing and critiquing them. So where could studying citizenship take me? So citizenship is such a versatile, dynamic, rigorous subject that its application can actually be applied to many different careers, as well as options for further education. So when you're thinking about further study, for example, A-levels, this would serve as such a solid, strong foundation to enrol in such courses as government and politics, sociology, psychology, or any other subject actually that requires analytical, evaluative skills like religion or philosophy or history. Likewise, with university degrees, it could be used to go on to study law, ethics, psychology, criminology, philosophy, a lot of ologies there, I'm aware. And then looking really far ahead about careers, this sets you up. This can inspire so much within you to then actively work within the council, making a difference to the community around you, to be a charity ambassador, to things like members of parliament and human rights lawyers and judges, because you have that in age of the law system and how it works. Finally, scholars, then, a very, very brief kind of breakdown of the papers, the amounts of marks that they are worth and how this is assessed. So I've gone through with you the 4 components of the course: your active citizenship, so your project that you undertake yourself and then write up about; politics and participation, so all about democracy and voting and members of parliament, prime ministers in Britain; life in modern Britain; and rights and responsibilities. This is divided into 2 papers. You can see the breakdown of the papers on the left-hand side. Both of them are 1 hour, 45 minutes, and each paper is worth 80 marks. So each component is worth 40 marks. So both papers are 50% of your GCSE, 160 marks in total. If you have any questions at all about the Citizenship GCSE, please do email me or Miss Baker and we will be happy to answer your queries. I look forward to seeing a long list of those who are enrolling on the Citizenship GCSE. And for now, Year 9, take care, stay safe, bye-bye.